Well, I thought I'd give an update on what's going on with our adoption process for baby birth family number 3. So we actually kind of had to have a little delay on our adoption process, but for good reason. So what we have done is we have picked an agency, and a lot of people have asked, how do you pick an agency? How do you know if they're good or not? Because you hear about all these corrupt agencies that just steal your money, and it's usually a stolen child from somewhere. How do you know it's a legit agency? Well, I have some tips for you on that. One thing that we looked for in an agency was we wanted an agency that would stress counseling both before and after placement for birth and adoptive parents. And we also wanted an agency that was going to make a lifelong commitment for us, that we could go back to them at any time we wanted, if we wanted counseling, or if there was a shift in our adoption and maybe, you know, the birth mom wanted distance or something, we could still give updates or communicate through a caseworker or have a mediator there. So that was something we wanted. We also went off of price too. Some adoption agencies are just outrageously expensive, so they just shop around when you are looking for an adoption agency. And also, do your research on them. Are they legit? You know, Google them, see if anything comes up, any scams. There's a lot of red flags that you need to look for, but I'm going to make another video on just that because there's a lot to look for. But I'll tell you why we chose ours and what agency we are choosing. So we are actually doing 2 adoption agencies. The main one we're going to do is LDS Family Services. And they are an adoption agency through our church. And the reason we have picked them is because that's the agency we've done with our last 2 adoptions. So we are comfortable with them. We like how they work. We like how they offer counseling. We like how they don't push birth mothers. And we also like how they're very honest with the adoptive parents. They don't try to sugarcoat anything. They really stress education as far as, you know, educating yourself on adoption. They offer different workshops and stuff to just get you familiar so you can know exactly what you're getting into, because there's so many emotions that come with adoption that you know there's nowhere else to learn those than either at these workshops or just even to have them there when you're having a really tough time just trying to process things and figure things out, or you just need somebody to go to that gets it. That's another reason why we chose them, because they're there. We also chose them for the price. One thing I love about this agency is they base it off our income. And they're a nonprofit organization, so they don't make any money off of it. And they help families that are financially strapped for various reasons. I mean, you can't just be completely broke, bummed to adopt. But for example, when we adopted Jameson, Brett was in school. He was a student. We were poor college students, but you know, it didn't matter. And his birth mom looked past that and knew that we were going to make an awesome life for him. But at the moment, you know, we just didn't have a whole lot of resources available for us. So they were able to help us with that. So those are a couple of the reasons why we chose this agency. Now the other agency we chose, we're using a Catholic Charities, and we're using them just for the home study purposes. So the agency, LDS Family Services, the closest one to us is in Manhattan, and that's several hours away. So for them to come out and do a home study would be really difficult. So we found a local adoption agency here, and they're just going to come and do our home study part with our fingerprints, the FBI checks, and get all that in order for us. So we have filled out the application. And part of the application for that is writing a huge, long autobiography for both Brett and I. And I have finished mine. Brett is taking his sweet time on his, because it's very time consuming, but that's really the longest part. So we have been working on those, and the next step after he finishes that and we mail in our application is we have to have a home study. Now, here's where the adoption is being put on hold for a little bit. So, exciting news, we bought a house. And we haven't moved. Obviously, we're still in our rental home, but we are not going to be moving into our home until June 16th. The reason we're waiting so long is because the boys and I are going to be gone for a month. We're going to go to Utah to visit my family and Brett's family and Jameson's birth family. And I'm really excited about that. I'm actually kidnapping Jameson's birth mom, and her and I are going on a retreat, like an adoptive mom, birth mom retreat. So that's going to be fun. So the day we get back from Utah, we're gonna fly into the airport, and then we're leaving from the airport, and we're gonna go to Massachusetts. So we're gonna go to Nantucket. And I've always wanted to go. I've never been there. I love lighthouses. So we're gonna go to Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket. So if you live over there, let me know. That'd be kind of fun. Or if you've been there, we don't know anything about it. We just thought it would be a fun place to go. We saw it on Groupon, so we bought us a little trip there. So after we get back from there, we sign our papers to move into our new house. We'll move in, and then we are going to do our home study. We just didn't want to do it here in our rental and then move and then have to do a second one, because the home studies are expensive. They're like $1,000. So we just wanted to wait till we're in our house. But that doesn't mean we can't start looking for our next birth family and baby. So we still have been slowly getting the word out. I haven't really said anything on Facebook or anything, but those that know us know that we are anxious to grow our family through adoption. And so, you know, if they run into anybody, they're going to tell about us. We don't have to have a profile in hand for them to hear about us. I mean, we have a blog, we have other things, but so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. We haven't done a whole lot with that, but we're just so excited about moving in our new house, and then we'll finally have a place of our own. And oh, you guys, it's such a cute house. It's so cute. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's the update for adoption. I know I haven't been doing too good with my vlogs lately on it, but there really just hasn't been a whole lot to vlog, because we haven't been able to do a whole lot since we can't do our home study till we move. So anyways, that's where we're at. So see you later. Bye.